Okay, so my project was Photoshop. I'll just pull up my presentation for you right here. Um, so my main goal of my project was to really just learn how to improve my skills. I did it once last year um, for our 4 week project, and I learned the basics of it. And it really intrigued me, and I had a lot of fun with it. So I thought I would try to advance my skills. And one thing I tried to focus on was the dispersion effect. I've seen a couple of these edits, and I always thought they were really cool, so I thought I'd try to make them. Um, yeah, here's just kind of my description. I just wanted to try to learn how to do deeper layers and more advanced sports edits. And of course, the dispersion effect was something I really wanted to focus on. Week one, I just researched, um, learned how to get back into Adobe. It'd been a while, so I just tried to refresh my memory. I'm just gonna kind of go through my PowerPoint really quick, and kind of explain what I did. This is just something that I tried to remember how to use layers. I just cut out Michael Phelps and used a soft light with the American flag in the background. This was actually the first dispersion kind of splatter effect. It's not really dispersion, it was just the real basics of it. This next video I'm going to show you is how I made it, or a replica of it that I made really quick just for an example. I'm going to speed it up and cut to it real quick. So right now I'm just liquefying, which is just spreading out the photo, giving it a more liquid texture to it. This sets up the ability to use a layer mask and cause it so you can't see the liquid part. Like, it just went away right now, so you only see the regular photo, and then you throw splatter paints around it, so it gives it that dispersion effect. Like I said earlier, this was just a really basic one. Wasn't really dispersion, more just the basics. Week two, I just wanted to work on it some more, um, and try to learn how to do dispersion in different ways. Maybe find a more effective method. Another thing that I really wanted to work with was finding more brushes. A lot of the ones that come in Topaz Labs are more of a splatter with circle um, brushes, and that just doesn't work that great for dispersion. So I tried to get some um, more like square shaped and diamond shaped. This one was another one I did. I'll just explain how I did it real quick. But basically, I dropped the Packers logo in the background, and I made it more transparent so you could see through it a little bit, and used a soft light, which is what made it transparent. And then I did the same thing with the Kobe edit. I just spread out my subject matter, which was Aaron Rodgers, and I used a couple of different brushes. And I just got smaller to bigger. This one was much improved from the first one. It's still not where I wanted it to be, but I kind of underestimated how hard dispersion would be, so that kind of kicked me in the rear. But I thought this one was much improved. This was my final one. This one was alright. I think you can tell my brushes definitely make a much, much bigger difference. And I think I got better. I think there's still a lot I can still work on, try to make it better, and a lot more methods that I really just covered the surface, and it was a much deeper process than I had originally planned on. Week three, I just want to work on edits. This was one that I made. It it was really fun. I'm a huge Packers fan. This is Jordy Nelson, and I'll just show you and kind of explain how I made this edit. So right now I'm going into Topaz Lab, which I'll tell you about here in a little bit. I'm dropping a pattern in the background, which you can see in the beginning. I'm dragging that diamond right there. Um, I did a soft light, so you can see that it's more transparent, and I put it behind the subject matter in the first layer, which is Jordy Nelson. Here I made this a soft light, so it gave it a more rough color and matched the filter that I gave Jordy Nelson. And you can see here the triangle pattern starts to clear because it's now a soft light, so it comes through better. And then I just dropped Jordy Nelson in there. I'll go through. I'll show you that later. And this was my final one. This is probably the most complex one I've done. It uses light filters, which you can see are these little strands right there. Those are light brushes. In the background is just Dublin, Ireland, and Conor McGregor, who is a fighter who is from Ireland. And the Irish flag, which once again I used soft light so you could see it, and I dropped a filter on the flag as well. And then I downloaded a text and wrote the Notorious, which is his nickname. And then so now I'm going to show you a little bit more about Topaz Labs here, which are the filters. So the tool that I'm using right now is called the Quick Select tool. And basically what this does, this is going to be a really rough outline because I'm just trying to do this fast. But what this does is it uses colors. So once you click on a color, it'll find similar colors and outline it for you. See, I clicked on the shoe and it used its patterns to just automatically outline the shoe for me. This is really nice because it saves a lot of time, and if you don't have a steady hand like me, it helps, tracing out the body without really having to trace it, and the computer kind of just does it for you. So right now I'm just trimming it up because it does make mistakes sometimes because it can be kind of hard to separate some colors, especially in sports. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've found this to be a very useful tool, especially in sports edits, because jerseys, it's going to pick up on a lot of those colors. Some photos have more stuff going on than others, but for the most part, like this photo, it's pretty quick and easy. So I'm just going to copy that real quick. Command C, Command V. And like I said, it was a pretty rough outline, but I'm not really going for beauty right here. And then you're just going to go over to Filters. You're going to go all the way down to where it says Topaz Labs. Topaz Adjust. And this may be my favorite part of Photoshop, is just because there's so many filters. And this is just the trial, and you can find so much cool stuff just to add, and you can really play around with it and make it, the options for this is endless, and it's really fun. I'll just go with HDR Pop and Sketch. And then you just hit OK. It brings it in there. And there he is. Usually I would change the background, but you can see how it really just changes the view of the project and everything else. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this project. If I were to do it over again, I would probably spend more time using the basics and getting a better understanding of the dispersion effect. I think I did a lot of things right in this project, and I think I did a lot of things wrong. One big mistake I made was I definitely underestimated how long and how hard the dispersion effect would be. It was hard to say because there was a lot. I did a lot in 4 weeks. I think I made a total of like 10 edits and cut it down to 6. But it was a lot of fun, and I would do it again. This project really intrigued me because I've done it before, and it's something I would definitely do again and try to find other methods and other styles. But all in all, it was a lot of fun, and I would recommend it to someone who has the basic knowledge of Photoshop and wants to try to expand into sports edits or has done sports edits, wants to try to make more in-depth sports edits. It's a lot of fun, and I would definitely recommend it. So yeah,